Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who haven't been here in a while. I haven't been here in a while either. Anyway, we're going to try and add to that and fix that in the next little while. This is the AEW um, October 10th Dark Edition. This was taped last week. Ian Riccaboni, Daddy Magic Matt Menard, and Paul White on the call. Hikaru Shida and Erica Leah is there. Shida comes from the Reina de Way title and the international ribbon tag team title she holds in Japan. Not sure that matters to the American public for the most part, unless you're like an internet nerd. Uh, Two women start and very basic tie up. Leah just starts asking to be hit. Big boot, and Sheeta goes down and grounds her, but that doesn't last long either. Sheeta connects with double knees and follows up with the kick for the win. Lance Archer, again, going at Papa Don. Papa Don's on the ramp. Archer starts his entrance, and he just nails a forearm to the back and sends him into the ring. Papa Don makes a little bit of a comeback, but doesn't really get anywhere with it. Lands the lariat and gets hit with. There's an upper hand there. He then asks if he. Archer then asks if he wants to see him rip the head off, and then anyway, so Papadon stays in the match a little bit longer, but a choke slam and a blackout for the win for Archer. Archer's a guy they could have done more with at this point. I don't think you can rehab the guy into a place where the majority of fans are going to carry. It's been around too long, ineffectively. Emi Sakura and Trish Adora up next. They go at it from the start, and Adora has been having decent AEW matches, although doesn't really have much of a character to speak of, and I think that works against her. Um, Sakura then goes for the Tiara and goes for tea time, hits a chop, and they go back and forth just a little bit. Sakura then gets into a countered position and goes for butterfly backbreaker. Adora then keeps the hold on her, and Sakura fights out quickly and hits her with a butterfly backbreaker for the win of the match. Then we go into a tag team match, Josh Woods and Tony Nese. It's unfortunate in this scenario because I think Josh Woods has something to him, but being saddled with the relatively bland Tony Nese, I don't think works to his advantage. They are managed by Mark Sterling, and Action, Andrade, and Miles Hawkins are there. Sterling makes his way out to the ring, and he's in neck brace. He's on commentary. Matt starts off with a very basic catch style. Andrade is in the ring, and then comes, or Andrade's in the ring. Andrade looks decent. Woods makes his way into the match, but Andrade holds him over, and Woods connects with a couple of hip attacks and a deadlift slam. Good power by Woods. Woods, of course, a standout in Ring of Honor during the earlier iteration of that promotion. Hawkins comes in with hot tag and hits a spinning back kick on Nese, and then goes for the 3 count. Andrade breaks it up. Then there's a double team. Nese hits a V trigger ass looking knee and 2 count. So maybe the Bucks aren't coming back if they're throwing away that finish there. The team of Nese and Woods get the victory. Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero and Marina Shafir defeats Jordan Blake. This is Rose's first match back in a while. Rose comes in, hits a running drop kick. Blake fights back and hits a right hand, and that's her only offensive maneuver of the match, which doesn't look good for her. Rose takes her down and then rolls out of the ring and gets in Vicky Guerrero's face. Shafir grabs Blade from behind and gets some attack in on her. Vicky slaps her around, then rolls her back into the ring. Rose hits a Samoan drop and a knee from the top rope for the win. ROH six-man tag team champions Dalton Castle and the Boys defeat Brent Waters, Gordy, and Logan Lemieux. I don't know, ROH championships don't really need to be here, and apparently neither do I, as my phone is ringing, which means I will be back in two shakes on the Lambstand. We'll be back with more right after this. Truth be told, without ROH having an actual brand, is it really even worth it to have these championships? I'm not really sure. And what I mean by brand is television program or place to put it. So, regardless, Waters starts the match out. Castle basically says he's um, nothing really there. Everything is basically dominance by the boys. Both boys, Brent and Brandon, have decent offense, but Castle comes back into the match, dominates again. He goes after Waters for the win, and the title match is continued. Then we go to Jobberville with Brandon Cutler and Serpentico with Luther. It's not a match that needs to be there. It indicates to me that the Bucks and Omega may be returning sooner rather than later. That their lackey is still employed, but who knows? Anyway, but this is considered the main event of the show, which is just sad. Standing switch starts the match. Neither really gets an upper hand. Cutler surprises Serpentico with a suplex. Cutler then hits an elbow and a series of elbow drops until one eventually fails. Cutler then hits a splash off the middle rope for a near fall and splashes into the ropes. Serpentico moves out of the way and Cutler falls into the ring. Tries to capitalize, but Luther then comes back and hits a dive off the apron. And then Luther proceeds to slam Serpentico off the apron into his adversary. They're both back in, going blow for blow. Serpentico sets up Cutler for a senton and a cutter, only for a near fall. Cutler then comes in with a splash and avoids a helicopter spin. They both go dizzy. They fall down on top of each other. Comedy spot. Anyway, so Serpentico grabs some of Cutler's spray to use as a weapon, but Cutler has his own, uses it, and dropped on top of the win. Just a really goofy match, which doesn't need to be here. Again, Dark is a fine program if you need extra wrestling in your life, but with so many choices, and with the fact that WWE is getting better, I'm curious whether or not these programs will even have value in 6 months. I would also say that wrestling in general having more options than ever before. I think these types of programs will be outlived within the next few years if we don't see some changes. But anyhow, we'll be back with more right after this.